real quick, I'm going to move us on to topic number 2. Basically, Apple is getting into the VR space. Gosh, I didn't really get to write as many notes down as I wanted to on this. But basically, they're getting into the VR, and the whole hubbub about this whole thing is just the price point, I believe, is the biggest kind of talking point that everyone's kind of pointing to here. And this whole device is $3,500.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Here's the thing, though. It's not for the general consumer.
Isn't it more AR? It's more AR oriented. Like, it's not really gaming centered. I think.
No, it could be gaming. It's AR/VR. It's a full VR headset. It just has good AR pass through. When I mean it's not for us, this is for early adopters. This is like when the first iPhone came out. It was too expensive for most people. Like, at the time, it was like, what, $1,000 or something to get? And for most people to buy a phone for $1,000 was obscene. This reads that to me. Like, most people are not going to buy this $3,500 headset. Enough people will, though, that it'll start getting a marketplace, will start getting, apps developed for it and some more functionality, and then a cheaper version will come out, and then another version will come out. Like, I'm actually kind of pseudo excited about this. Like, I'm a big proponent for VR. I know, Metal, you're pretty big on it too in a lot of ways. Like, if done well, VR is this amazing thing. It can also be terrible depending how it's done. But from the little bit of like watching some previewers that I relatively trust on their technical opinion, they're pretty impressed with this product. I mean, it has some limitations, but they're saying some of the stuff this does is by far better than any other headset out there. I mean, it's too expensive for most people to buy right now, but it's that early adopter thing. Yeah, I mean, if I had $3,500 and I didn't have anything else to blow it on, I'd probably want this, to be honest. But I know there's nothing to do with it yet. There aren't enough apps and whatnot. But give me the Vision 5, and I'll probably be super excited.
I think that's where the wife should step in.
You'd be like,
No, not this. I don't know. Just for me, it's just... Oh gosh, I lost my trail of thought of where I was going to go. Oh no, I don't know. Take it away. I'm not even going to try and remember it.
What do you think, Metal?
I'm not an Apple guy, so I could care too. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, I just remembered. Okay.
I like the fact that they're adopting it. I don't like that they're jumping into a space that other people are already in. Like, you already have Sony. They've jumped into it. Oculus obviously is, they're up there because they're the first ones that really, really bought into light.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody else who came and went like the wind, like Samsung.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they did their portions, and there's I don't know.
But it sounds like
it might be cool.
Here's something. It sounds like they are doing stuff better, though. Like, here's the one thing about Apple, and you can get crummy with Apple as much as you want because, Apple is Apple, but there are some things they do better than anybody else. Like, a part of it is their ecosystem, the way they merge, like, their whole Mac line with everything. Like, I know with this, you put on the Vision headset, if you have a Mac, you can look at your Mac. All of a sudden, your entire Mac desktop just virtually shows up floating in the screen. You can use your entire desktop through this VR system. Like, there's some really cool integrations like that that other systems aren't doing quite like that yet, at least not to that level. And part of it is, the price. This is not a cheap headset. But I don't know. I just like VR technology a lot. I'm super excited about the Quest 3, to be honest, so I'm all for that. Like, I still don't think we're quite there where it's going to be... the next big peripheral that everybody is going to use. Like, it's not going to be like an iWatch everybody is buying just yet. Within 10 years, I think most households are going to want a VR/AR headset.
I think you're spending...
surprised it hasn't already gotten that far. Because Oculus was like really, really like pushed for for at least for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised because during the pandemic, everyone wanted a freaking headset. So,
what was your thought, Chaz? You still have it?
No, I was just saying. I think you're spending $3,500 for an Apple sticker slapped on the side of a headset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a premium associated with that Apple logo, but
it's like
it
the
also sounds
Beats by
like
Dre,
they are doing. What's the you probably know the name more than I do. The one tech reviewer, Marcus. What's his name?
Oh,
I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking. It's Marcus.
He has a good. I like most of his videos. They seem pretty honest for the
forget his
most
last
part.
name.
Yeah, same. But go look at us. Type in Marcus Tech. Was it Apple Vision review, and he says some things about this that I don't know, put in a pretty favorable light. And he's not like a huge Apple guy either. So I mean, I feel like it's fairly unbiased opinion for the most part. None of us are gonna know till we get some hands-on exposure with it. As I said, this is not the item we are gonna buy. We are gonna buy the 3rd, 4th, 5th edition of this when it's a third of this price, maybe less so, and it is just like going out and buying a new Apple Watch or something. Now, if you have an issue with Apple, that's a whole nother argument here, but I'm all for them pushing the VR space and just getting it better, getting better tech into it, because we're real close to that precipice where you push it right over this line, and the quality you're going to get, bang for value kind of stuff like the Quest is putting out, is going to be pretty cool for most common consumers. Like the Quest 3, I'm pretty excited about. I think that might cross that line just about for most people.
Okay, real quick, moving us on.